Hi guys! So today's video is a response, sort of my response to my own videos, and not really, to some reactions to my last video about veganism. I think many people did not really understand this video. I think many people did not really listen to this video. I think many people focused on minor details. I think many people did not understand the motivation and the reason behind this video. I'm well aware that there are people who do not care in the slightest. I'm well aware that there are people who actually enjoy being hassles. I'm actually aware that there are trolls. This video is not for these people. As much as I'm very comfortable using English in most situations in life, even when it comes to topics that are quite serious and important, it's not my mother tongue. So when you don't script a video, when it's not in your mother tongue, when it's something you're passionate about, sometimes it can be a bit confused and confusing, or a little bit ambiguous. I'm not apologizing for anything that I said in my previous video. I don't regret using the word stupid or ignorant. I honestly don't think my video was aggressive or offensive in any way or unrespectful. I think we live in a world where people now cannot really deal with heated conversation or proper debates where people are passionate and just not sugarcoating things really. It was scripted, so I'm going to read a little bit, and sorry for that. Oh, am I perfect? No, of course not, and I've never pretended or claimed to be. This is a comment that I've been getting a lot after this video, like blah blah blah, you're not perfect either. Who do you think you are because you do this and you do that? So it seems, even though I've never claimed to be perfect, and even though I think it's common knowledge and it's pretty obvious that nobody's perfect, many of you apparently want me to be perfect or are expecting from me to be perfect, at least this in your own definition of what perfect is. That's not going to happen. I'm only human. I live in this society of consumerism, in this capitalist society, and I disagree with those two things. I disagree with many other things as well, but I live in this society. It would be an illusion to think that I could live outside of this society, and it would be an illusion to think that I could change this society by being outside of it. I do bad things sometimes too. Sometimes I do stupid things, sometimes I act stupid, sometimes I say stupid things, and sometimes I'm wrong too. My life is full of harmful behaviors. As being a human being on this planet is harmful in itself. Vegans are aware of that. I have a phone, I use the electricity, I live in the city, I buy clothes made by people who are in very bad situations, and these clothes are made in poor conditions. I don't buy organic all of the time. I take the plane. Sure. And nobody's perfect. And veganism is not about being perfect, because it's not possible. And focusing on being perfect is vain. If you're focusing on being perfect, you're wasting your time on something that's impossible. So vegans try to actually focus on what they can change, because that's having an impact on the planet. That's having an impact on other living beings. Focusing on, oh, you should not talk about this because you're not perfect, is not going to improve anything for anyone. I do use electronic devices, as I said, but I don't buy new ones, when they're broken or when they don't work anymore. I have them repaired, and it's more expensive, but I do that because I don't believe in this obsolescence, and I disagree with that. I travel by plane, but when I can, and most of the time, I travel with the train. I've been to Kyiv in Ukraine from Paris by train. I try to buy most of my food local, try my best basically. Am I aware of everything that's happening in the world? No. I'm willing to learn, and if someone comes along and teaches me about something I was ignorant about, even if they do it with passion, even if they sound harsh, I'm going to listen, and I'll be grateful that they are taking time to educate me, because I need to be educated as well. I'll be grateful they give me an opportunity to improve myself. I wasn't born a vegetarian or a vegan. I didn't become a vegan immediately. I had vegans telling me about the ugly truth, without sugarcoating things about, the egg industry, the dairy industry. How did I feel? I didn't feel offended. I didn't feel offended when they told me that I was vegetarian and that was not enough. Why? Because I was too busy learning and improving to feel offended. I was too sad and shocked to see the ugly truth and the suffering of others to feel offended. This video is not to justify myself, even though it might look like it is. It's not to make me appear like a good person either. I'm comfortable enough with myself and I know I'm doing things out of love. I know I'm fighting for the good causes, and not only veganism, because that's something that many people have also reproached to me. I've been sponsoring a child for a couple of years now. He lives in Egypt and it's a budget, but you know, he goes to school, he has activities, his family gets helped, and I'm happy that I'm doing that. I'm educating myself every day about many things, like issues such as those of the LGBTQ community, women's rights in the world. I'm spreading the word and fighting for people in Palestine, for example, or the freedom of speech in many countries such as Saudi Arabia. I also know how to look next to me. The homeless people in my neighborhood are my friends. I know their names, we talk daily. I know about my sick neighbors. I'm not only focusing on what's far away and that somehow feels distant. I'm also focusing on what's next to me. I'm trying to be, in the limit of what's possible, a good human being. Free to like or dislike me, that's completely fine, don't worry. You're free to like or dislike the way I express myself or the messages I choose to convey. I just ask you to be honest. Some people have violently criticized me for my last video, but here's what it's really like. On one side, there is and on the other side. To me, it's pretty obvious what's the most aggressive and violent and unacceptable, yet people focus on my wrong. How am I supposed to qualify that choice? That not making excuses is that not acting in a selfish and hypocritical way. If I offended some people, I'm sorry that it has to be like that. I'm sorry that I have to make that video. I'm sorry that this is the truth and the reality of things. I'm sorry because I wish there was not this ugly truth happening every day. This ugly truth that you felt offended about, that you dislike talking about, is not the result and the consequence of vegans' actions and choices. Just say. What's more aggressive? What is more pretentious? To make a video and not be super gentle and shake people's butts, or to be the reason why all of this shit is happening? This video that I made was not about me. It was not about saying that I'm better than you. It was not even about telling anyone you're a bad person, which is not something I said. I said you might be a bad person in some aspects, in my opinion. It was about the suffering that animals feel, the disastrous state of our planet, the risks for human beings, animal beings, the flora, the oceans, caused by pollution, which is itself mainly caused by animal industries. Yet people are only concerned with their own little persons. That's what I call selfish and self-centered. I'm not asking for everyone to become an activist, but cutting animal products from one's diet isn't difficult. It's not expensive. Rice, potatoes, pasta, simple fruits and vegetables are not expensive, and it doesn't take time. It doesn't require any special energy or strength. The day I'll be able to switch to ethical electronic devices or clothing easily, even moderately easily, I'll do it. But for now it's impossible. Veganism is your chance to impact the world in an incredibly positive way by just changing some of your habits, just replacing some of the products in your cart. It's a chance you're given to make a change and to be the change we need for this earth, to protect this earth and the beautiful creators we share it with. Animals are not yours to play with, to torture, to kill and to eat. This earth is not yours to destroy. And this chance that I'm giving you, that vegans are giving you, we don't do it because we think we're superior. We do it because we love, really. So don't waste this chance.